The question I get from so many aspiring online coaches: do I need a certification? What certification should I get? Do I need to be certified before I start taking on clients? And how the heck do I juggle all of this? The matter of fact and the true answer is that if you want to be an online fitness coach and you want to get an online coach, the space is not actually regulated, which is pretty freaking crazy. So in short, the answer is no. You technically do not need to be certified. Now, is that super ethical? You're walking a very fine line there because you have someone's hormone health, their mental health, their physical health in your hands as a coach. And you're taking on a really big role when you're doing that, right? Now, I don't say this to scare you, and I don't say this to say you need to go get all the certifications under the sun. In fact, I think way too many people wait way too long to bring on their first few clients when they're looking to get started as an online fitness coach. So I want to share just some of my background and my experience, because I actually started online fitness coaching when I was 18 years old after I was working and training at an in-person gym and I was shadowing some trainers. But if I'm being fully honest with you, while I did take the personal training route first, I did get all of my CPTs and get certified. I do think that there's actually a better way to go about getting started in the online coaching space while you're getting your certifications and while you're also looking to try and build and grow your business. So today I'm going to dive into a little bit of like, what certifications do you need and what kind of certifications do I believe that online coaches should be investing in, especially after being in the business coaching space and the online coaching space for almost a decade now. And also, can you start bringing on clients? What's the best way to go about starting your business while you maybe are getting certified or looking to get certified? So just a little bit of my background and my experience. I actually started building up my social media presence, and I really started talking more about nutrition, training, my experiences with nutrition and training for years before I actually thought about doing online coaching. And because of this, I actually had built up a personal brand. So by the time that I was actually ready to take on online clients, I had multiple certifications. I had shadowed in a gym. I had been working with other fitness coaches, so I was learning a lot about periodization training, nutrition, hormones, all of these things. By the time that I had grown my social media and I was ready to start taking on clients, I had already so many people who were ready and excited to invest in me. And this is going to be the number one tip that I'm going to have for you before we even jump in, talk about certifications, talk about the direction that you should be taking. If you have any aspiration to be an online coach, the number one thing that you want to be doing right now is starting to build up your social media presence, starting to talk about the habits, the shifts, the lifestyle, the things that you've changed and the experiences that you've had. You only need to be a few steps ahead of the person that you want to be coaching if you want to be an online coach. So the more that you share your story, the things that you've overcome, things with your own weight, the things that you have learned through trading, nutrition, if there's some validity behind that information, start sharing it in the online space and start just building up your personal brand. A lot of the times you're going to find that yes, people want coaching, but they're also investing in you as the coach because they love who you are. So my biggest piece of feedback for you is start building up your brand, start building up your social media presence, because that's what's going to actually fuel the business and your lead generation when you are ready to take on clients. Now, let's get down to the important piece here. Do you need a certification? Okay, I might stir up the pot here. Some of y'all might leave some crazy comments down below. That's great. Go for it. This is my opinion. This is based off of my expertise. This is based off of my experience in the space. In short, the fitness coaching, online fitness coaching space is not regulated. And what I mean by that is that you can do whatever you want, which is terrifying, okay? It's pretty freaking scary. Like, there are people who are way underqualified to be coaching that are absolutely crushing it in the coaching space. Trust me, I've seen it all. That being said, I do believe that there is an ethical side to this business that is necessary. And so based off of, you wanting to hop in the coaching space, let's get really clear on what your goal is. Because if you want to go and be a certified personal trainer and work in a big box gym and train people in person, I do recommend that you go get something like a NASM certification, an ASSA certification, FCA, something like that, where you can take the test, you can learn the application of periodization training, how to have etiquette in the gym, the really, really basic thing that these CPTs cover, right? They cover really basic information about personal training. In fact, I will tell you, when I went through my certifications, I actually got NASM certified, PTA Global certified, FCA certified. I did a lot of different certifications because I was working in a big box gym when I first got started. But what I'll tell you is that I didn't actually learn a ton of application through the certifications. I think it's a lot of information, which is great, and they can be really helpful if you want to be an in-person trainer. But majority of where I learned everything for in-person training was actually shadowing trainers at the gym and actually learning how they would program for people, learning how they would do mobility work for people, taking different courses on mobility work and taking different courses on corrective exercise. All of those kind of courses and programs are great if you want to go be an in-person trainer or if you want to specialize in some kind of skill. So those are some of the certifications that I'd recommend if you want to go be an in-person trainer. Now, if you want to be an online coach, I'm going to keep it super real with you. Online coaching is completely different. You are focusing a lot less on being there to form cue people. Yes, you probably want to be giving your clients form videos and supporting them, but what I would recommend instead is you get a certification where you learn more about mindset, behavioral intervention, hormones, and nutrition. Because when you are working with clients online, it is a lot more behavior change. You're not just seeing that person for like a 30-minute window where you're training them, you're trying to help them with their form, get a good exercise routine in, you're actually helping this person completely change their lifestyle, shift their habits, shift the way that they think about food, shift how they're eating on a day-to-day basis. And so it's important that you actually learn more about behavioral intervention. So I'm going to list out a few certifications that I think are absolutely incredible. And then I want to kind of go into like, how should you navigate getting started and when should you get started? Should you get these certifications first? Or should you maybe work on trying to take a few clients on? So here are just a few different certifications that I personally love. My amazing friend, Casey Jo, has a health mindset certification. It's such an incredible program. I've had so many clients go through it. This certification, what I love about it, she actually teaches you a lot more about behavioral intervention with your clients. How can you actually get your clients to follow protocols? How can you actually get your clients to continue to check in with you on a week-to-week basis? Follow the steps that you're giving them, because most of the time, a lot of coaches can give a plan. They can give protocols, they can give macros, they can give training, but the harder part in being a really good coach is actually learning how to coach people through times where they're not super motivated or they're having a hard time. Now, another program that I really love that's more nutrition focused and focuses more on understanding metabolic rate, how food works in the body, is Precision Nutrition. Now, I'm not associated with any of these certifications. I'm literally just listing them off. I don't get paid for this. I'm just giving you guys the free deets on what certifications I think are best. Precision Nutrition is really great. I actually went through it myself. I went through it with all of my fitness coaches who were on my staff when I was running my fitness coaching business, and I found that this was probably one of the best certifications to learn what metabolic adaptation was, understanding people's metabolism, how food works in the body, hunger cues, and also going into a little bit of behavioral intervention as well. So these two programs are a great way to get started if you're looking to do something more along the lines of online coaching. And again, the reason is because it focuses more on the behavior change. It focuses more on how to adapt your clients and their protocols over time versus just, hey, here's how you can correct someone's exercise, or here's how you can go and formulate a training split. Now, outside of these two certifications, my base recommendation for you is if you want to become an online coach, you absolutely, I don't know why this is so talked about more, but you absolutely should sign up to work with an online coach. I was super grateful for the first year that I worked in the online fitness coaching industry. I worked with a very high-level coach. Believe it or not, he had no certifications, but he had worked in the industry for a very long time. He was super educated. He taught me so much. And it's just proof to say that if you gain experience, you shadow people, and you learn from the best of the best, you investing in fitness coaching with a really high-level coach is going to be some of the best education that you get. I also went through a prep with that coach through bodybuilding, so I also learned a lot about my own body, how my metabolism worked, cardio, periodization training, nutrition, you name it. I learned a ton from working with a really high-level coach. It's one of the best investments, and believe it or not, it's honestly the same cost as most of these online certifications that have now become rather expensive compared to what they used to be. So getting your own online coach who focuses on training, who focuses on really understanding what your body needs and asking them questions consistently about why they program you the way that they do, how they're practicing progressive overload, what kind of nutrition protocols they're giving you, and how they're acclimating your nutrition protocols over time. Because every single coach has a little bit of their own spice when it comes to assigning protocols, different beliefs when it comes to what you believe in with training, right? And so you're going to learn as you go over time. Now, this kind of takes me to, when should you take on your first client? What should you be doing? Should you wait to get certified? Should you start taking on clients, then get certified? I think the biggest mistake that I see for so many coaches is them instilling the belief that they need more certifications in order for them to really start coaching. The truth is that when I was 18, I took on my first online coaching client. Now, I did have a certification, but I will tell you, none of it was applicable to what I needed to know for online coaching. The biggest thing for me was when I first started coaching clients, the number one thing I knew how to do was I knew how to program training, and I knew how to give lifestyle habits and lifestyle shifts. My biggest recommendation for you is take on 2 to 3 clients at a lower rate, continue posting on your social medias about what you know you can help people with. And as you are getting certified, as you are learning more, get the experience. Experience is your greatest teacher. If you can at least bring on a client and give them some lifestyle shifts, some habit shifts, most people are just looking for accountability. That's all they need. So if you're able to give this person accountability with weekly check-ins, you can give them some habit shifts, you can give them some nutrition shifts, you can give them some training protocols, and you're holding that person accountable for a lower cost, you're going to learn through this. When your client faces something that's difficult, you're forced to go do research. You're forced to invest in programs where you can learn these things. So gaining that experience and starting to bring those clients on, even at a very low cost, is going to be important. And you don't have to coach them on anything that you don't feel comfortable coaching them on. If they're having gut health issues, if they're having issues with their protocols, let them know that it's out of your scope of practice right now. But the best thing that you can do is start to bring people in that you could just support. This is going to give you the experience that you need. I see way too many coaches waiting way too long, getting their certification, and then they get their certification. It's like, well, now what? You got the certification, but you don't know the application piece. Go get the application piece while you're learning. As you're learning, you could totally go implement. The first 3 years of coaching, I mean, honestly, even to this day, I'm learning something new every single day. And as I'm learning and I'm applying it to my clients, I'm having to go do research, listen to podcasts, hire mentors, right? Continue to learn. But the best way for you to get out there is just start. Just start and go do the thing. Again, I'm not saying that you should go be unethical and take on tons of clients and give them these really high level protocols. That's not what I'm saying here. But what I am saying is if you're looking to be an online coach, you can kind of skip over the CPT. You can focus more on investing in the right places that are going to help you understand behavioral intervention, understand nutrition at a psychological and a physiological level. And of course, naturally, you're going to want to learn more about training and training progression, but it's always something you could add on after the fact, right? Especially if you want to be an online nutrition coach. The training aspect of things, you're probably going to learn to different philosophies, different programs that maybe aren't necessarily just built for personal trainers. I recommend you get into corrective exercise. In fact, what I'll even do is I'm going to drop some of the clients I work with who are phenomenal coaches for movement, mobility, personal training, online coaching. I'm going to drop some of their handles down below and you can look into them to even just study their pages. Some of my clients give amazing advice on how to become an even better coach. They host their own master classes, all these different types of things that you could easily just opt into to learn from them. So I hope that you found this video super helpful. Don't let you getting certified be the thing that holds you back. I think it's important to be ethical. You need your certifications, you need your education, you need your application, but don't let the certification and getting a CPT be the thing that holds you back from becoming an incredible online coach, because unless you really want to go train people in the gym, it's just not necessary.